Hello, we're the Curiosity of a Child podcast.
I'm Anton.
And I'm Rick.
We cover many different stories and topics on our podcast, which is about pretty much everything.
That's right, and we are delighted to have been invited back to the Intelligent Speech Conference. So when is it, Anton?
I don't know. I thought you knew.
I thought you knew.
So what do we do now?
We're going to need some sort of backup plan.
Okay, what's the conference about?
Well, luckily it's about contingency.
History's backup plans. So what are we going to be doing?
We're going to be telling the story of what happens when you're starving in a city under siege for months, surrounded by food that you can't eat as it's your life's work, food that's more important than you are.
Join us in World War II Soviet Russia as we tell the story of the Vavilov Institute of Plant Industry and the scientists who gave their lives so the world could have a plan B.
So what's our plan B going to be?
We're going to have to edit in how our millions of fans can attend the Intelligent Speech 2023.
Join us, 4th of November 2023, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Tickets and more details available at intelligentspeechonline.com.
And as a special treat to our listeners, you have a story that you wrote for our treasure episode, don't you?
Called Takarajima.
Yeah, and this was actually based on an article we found on morethan.tokyo.com.
Yeah, it was released on Patreon as well. It was released earlier on Patreon, and there'll be more details and information, I think, on there as well, and our whole entire bonus episode on there as well, so make sure to go there.
Yeah, that's right. Just go to patreon.com/CuriChildPod and you can get the full episode and all the details about Takarajima, etc.
Takarajima by Anton. Look, Yoshimura Kasuke's voice sliced through the silence like his katana. Where? I asked. The trees, Mentor Kasuke replied. My eyes scanned the trees, staring through the forest on Takarajima, otherwise known as Treasure Island. Kasuke had been teaching me all his life about being a samurai, but my parents said he has only been on the island for 20 years. He was sent here by the shogun to do something, but nobody has been brave enough to ask him what. One of the reasons for that is he talks to no one except me, and even then, it isn't about anything personal. The most intimate I've gotten is his name. No one knows where he goes after dark. No one knows why he's here. No one knows if he has a family. No one knows how he got here. He just turned up one day. Do you see it? The chicken? I said, confused. Yes, not all prey are beasts. Like in the stories, I added. That reminded me of the old fables passed down by the samurai who fled from Kyushu to Takarajima after losing a sea battle against another samurai clan. It has been told that they brought a treasure with them which had eyes made of the purest green jewels, and it was hidden somewhere in the east of the reef in a cave. Ready yourself. We've practiced this before, but the real thing is harder. Kasuke had taught me many techniques of using a sword. However, we had only just started to learn tactics. Kasuke had seen me 12 years ago running after some dogs trying to shepherd them into the house, and he approached me and asked if he could help. After we had finished, he told me to meet by the lighthouse, and I did that every day since. You go left, he ordered. I took a step left, then bang! The gunshot from down in the village. The cow let out a pained noise, and Mentor Kasuke stood up to get a view of the havoc. Oi, follow me, he said, grabbing my arm. I only had a second's glimpse of the chaos below. I saw one of our sacred cows lying on the floor, and some men in red coats demanding the townsfolk to speak. They spoke a strange language, and looked weird too. Not like me or my parents, nor Sensei Yoshimura. After a few minutes, we had reached the lighthouse, but Yoshimura pulled me further than I had ever gone. We were going into the caves. I covered my mouth and nose with a rag, as poisonous fumes spiraled around, pushing up against the aged limestone. Yoshimura Kasuke heaved me to the right, where a rifle lay, and a figurine with brilliant green gemstone eyes sat, perched upon a golden stand. Footsteps echoed through the cavern, all the while Kasuke readied his rifle. A mix of coughing and struggled words joined the footsteps. Kasuke was ready. He waited until a last word was spoken. It's like he understood what was being said. He leant around the corner and fired. Their backs had been turned, and they were leaving the mouth of the cave when he shot. It was timed perfectly. Thunderclap caught me off guard and ricocheted off the stone walls, piercing my ears. As for the bullet, it hit its mark in his spine, sending a splatter of blood and bone in all directions. I should have told you to cover your eyes, really, Kasuke joked. What about my ears? I retorted. Them too. Anyway, they're still out there. Stay behind me. We advanced out of the cave opening, poking our heads out, looking for the men. They were running away to a large boat with 3 sails. Who were they? I questioned. Englishmen. They must have heard about the treasure. They're always hunting for gold. So, the stories are true? The treasure really exists? Is this why you're sent here? I had so many questions, but these were the ones I wanted answers to. I watched the ship sail away as Kasuke cleaned up the body of the man who had bizarre red hair and pale skin, whilst answering my never-ending questions. He told me he would later salt the body and send it to the Shogun with a lock of his hair. I returned to the village, which had little damage other than one of our cattle dying, and I told my parents about the treasure, and about Master Yoshimura, and about why Takarajima is called Treasure Island.
Hey everyone, my name's Sebastian Major, and I am the host of the Our Fake History podcast.
I'm Rebecca Larson with the Tudors Dynasty podcast.
This is Greta Harden. I'm the host of The History of American Food.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Jacobs. I'm the host of Wittenberg to Westphalia, The Wars of the Reformation.
Hello,
I'm Anton.
and I'm Rick. We're the Curiosity of a Child podcast.
I'm David Montgomery, host of The Siècle.
Hi, I'm Bree from Pontifex.
My name is Roberto Toro, and I'm the host of Tsar Power and the History of Sakartvelo, Georgia.
Hello, and welcome to Totalis Rankium. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Rob, and this is letting you know that we will be speaking at Intelligent Speech.
I am looking forward to speaking at Intelligent Speech 2023.
And I will be speaking at Intelligent Speech Online this year.
Mark your calendars for this November 4th. Intelligent Speech, the online conference for history fans by history podcasters.
It's a 3-ring circus of fascinating content with around 24 hours of live presentations and roundtables happening in 4 digital rooms.
This year is all about contingencies.
Times when history meets the unexpected.
The topic of my keynote address is No Contingencies, stories of historical figures who did not have a backup plan.
All about the Tudors and their contingency plans. Because, let's be real, they had a lot of them.
So what are we going to be doing?
We're going to be telling the story of what happens when you're starving in a city under siege for months, surrounded by food that you can't eat as it's your life's work, food that's more important than you are.
So go to intelligentspeechonline.com to get your tickets.
We'll see everybody on November 4th.